Hello, sweetie.
We can do a bad dubbing today.
Bad lip reading. How was Debbie Keevan today? I got a little notification that someone filled out an application.
I did. I'm like, well, I can't really get on this morning without, like, in good faith.
Oh, thank you. I know Laura just texted me. Someone applied. You'll be our first official member.
Ooh, besides you.
Well, yeah. And Jen Flynn, technically.
Oh, okay. Is she in this group as well?
She's technically her own chapter now.
Right. I saw that on Wednesdays, right?
Wednesdays, yeah. So
awesome.
She tracks a lot of old Bold Hearts people who
exactly.
Yeah, so it's just good. It was good. I went on there on Wednesday and I saw Frank and Nettie and Shriti. I don't know if Shriti was.
I knew Shriti. Yeah, she's a photographer.
Yes, she was there, and somebody else. I can't think of who it was. But anyway, so it was good to see. You know, I see Frank from time to time, but it was good to see him. And
yeah, I'm sure he would do this one. I think Nettie probably this time of the day is difficult with kids. And her kids, she homeschools her kids, so I don't know what that looks like in the morning.
Yeah, she might be getting them all ready or whatever.
Occupado. Yeah, I'm going to go grab my coffee.
Okay.
Just going to be us today?
I hope not.
I hope not too, so we can have fun.
Yeah, it'll be okay. No, I'm just kidding. I think some more people will show up. I've been promoting this one today.
Yeah, so
hopefully.
Well, I invited I've invited several people actually, so I was hoping that. But did anybody register?
There were a few people. You know, it's interested. They selected interested, so we'll see. You know, but there's two new women in the Celestial Ones Facebook group that I'm hoping will come. They're friends with each other. They're friends with Kathleen Gubitosi.
Oh yeah.
One's a baker and one's a wreath maker, and they do a lot of
That's a butcher. Now you just need a butcher.
And a maker, and yeah, because they seem like a lot of fun. So we'll see what happens.
That's cool. Yeah.
If not, you can just ask me questions and just take it from there.
Brain freeze.
Yeah, I don't know if Connie's coming. I told her to come anyway, but I don't know if she will or not. We'll see.
Yeah.
She did a great presentation last week.
I'm so mad that I missed it. Like, I was so bummed out.
Yeah.
We were chatting before, and I'm like, she sent it to me. I saw it beforehand, but
yeah, she did good. Especially when she got rolling.
She's such a great person. She just needs to show her personality more.
Yeah, she's starting to show it. She did study hall with me yesterday, and she was really starting to show her personality. It was great to see.
She's hilarious.
Yeah, she said she's on a keto diet, or I forget what.
Yeah, she hasn't done a diet. I mean, she's been quite heavy ever since I've known her. I mean, so I'm really happy. She was in a marriage where her husband, I mean, just so abusive. I mean, incredibly abusive and controlling. And so I think 3 years ago is finally when she kicked him to the curb.
Yeah.
It's been a journey.
Oh, God. I'm sorry that happened to her.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, that's too bad.
On True Confessions, until someone stops in, I had an interview yesterday for a job. My guess is no.
Hi, Susan. She's still signing in.
She's still
getting her ears in.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Debbie and I thought it was going to be just us. We're glad to see you.
There we go.
There we are.
Now I can see. I don't have any questions. I was just here to listen.
Well, first of all, Debbie and Susan, do you know each other from Bold Heart?
No, we don't.
Okay, so.
Oh, nice to meet you, Debbie.
Nice to meet you.
Susan has just joined. When did you join Bold Heart? A couple months ago now, right?
The end of February.
Oh, welcome.
Yeah, and so Debbie is an accelerator with me. So you guys were at the meeting together, but it probably two ships, drifting past each
other.
Oh, right. Oh, so you were in Connecticut, but at a different time than I was?
I was there when you were. I just stayed longer, much longer.
Oh, okay.
Not as long as Jill.
through the storm.
Through the storm, and yeah.
Oh, that's funny. Well, we're going to get started, and we'll do our elevator speeches, since especially since you two haven't been acquainted with each other yet.
Sure.
And we'll get into questions and answers and little nuggets of information. So
Who's doing a presentation today?
me,
Oh, yay!
the marketing coach.
Yay! Oh, bonus.
Yay! So we can pick each other's brains for a little bit. That'll be fun. So welcome, and thank you for showing up. I appreciate it so much. This is Virtual Networkers, and today is Ask the Marketing Coach. So we get to ask some questions today. And all three of us are actually marketing experts. So this will be fun. This could be a good.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Susan is an online marketer, and lots of cool stuff. I'll let her introduce herself, but so this will be good. So I know you both know me, but I'll go ahead and do the spiel. I'm Jill Celeste, the president of Virtual Networkers, Chapter 600. There is actually a Chapter 601 now. Chapter 601 is Jennifer Flynn's chapter, and she is in Colorado, so it's like a West Coast time zone, which is cool. And I'm also a marketing coach for my own business, and I teach entrepreneurs all they need to know about marketing so they can become the director of marketing for their business. I'm just gonna get a shirt. Just gonna make a shirt now. Get that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Make sure it's bedazzled.
Yeah, like with all the jewels and stuff. That would be fun.
Yeah. Sparkle test.
My son would hate it. He's a version of metal. It's so funny. Like today, I'm wearing a necklace, and he's giving me the side eye. I'm like,
isn't it funny how our kids do that?
yeah, it's funny. So anyway, so I'll have Debbie go ahead and introduce yourself, and then we'll have Susan.
Sure. So I'm Deborah Keevan, also known as Debbie, but never Deb. And I help, I'm a writer, editor, and storyteller, and I help visionary entrepreneurs own their own stories, step fully into them, integrate the dark and the light, and shine so that they can attract their ideal clients.
Yay. We're glad you're here.
You guys are good.
Go ahead.
Okay, so I'm practicing a new one. So my name is Susan Finn, and I am the Chief Connector at Susan Finn Online. My team and I provide personal, authentic, and patient digital marketing coaching and services. And my clients report that by implementing my step-by-step process toward a genuine online presence, you can tell I'm working on this.
That's okay.
Toward a genuine online presence, they experience a sense of calm and control as they build and engage with their authentic audience.
Good job, Susan.
Woo!
And I know I've said this to you before, but I love that you include the word patient. I think that, and you exude that, by the way. You can, even now that I've met you in person in Connecticut, you really exude that patience, that teachery. Yeah. So good for you for banging.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So ladies, this is your opportunity. We can ask each other questions. Like I said, we got a digital marketer here. We have a writer, visibility expert, content expert, and then me, the Jill of all trades. So
the expert of experts.
I always say, people say Jack of all trades. No. Why does it have to be Jack?
No.
No. And also, I'm very excited today. I'm getting a haircut.
That's always such a good day. Beautification Day is one of my favorites.
So, yeah. So I'm looking at myself and then I'm like, oh, so wrong. So, so what's new in your marketing world? What can I help you with, or what can we help each other with? I'll even do a question too. Should I start us off?
I just want to say ahead of time that I have to jump. I don't know what time you do this till, but I have to make sure to leave by 8:45 for a doctor's appointment. Okay.
Yes.
So if I leave, it's nothing personal.
We don't smell. We don't.
I couldn't tell.
It's not that you couldn't. It's not a scratch and sniff screen.
Oh,
thank goodness.
I am clean. I can. Oh, here comes Connie Joe.
Connie Joe is in the house.
She's getting her mic on. Hi, sweetie.
Hi. My computer decided to update this morning.
That happened to me last time.
Everything.
How are you?
But I'm here.
We're glad you're here. Do you have? I know you just got here, but do you mind doing your elevator speech?
Actually, I did.
Right in.
No. I'm
Unfrozen.
at Bookkeeping Solutions, and I make sure that you have impeccable books so you're audit and tax ready. And I also work with you to make sure that you are making financially sound decisions so you can decrease your expenses and increase your profits.
Love it. We are glad you're here.
Yay!
So we have a bookkeeper, a digital marketer, visibility, content, book coach, and me. I said Connie Isom, a Jill of all trades. That's
Okay, that's a good one.
So today's our guest speaker is me, and we're doing an Ask the Marketing Coach, but really I'm envisioning this to be more of a mastermind or a collaborative thing. Of course, I'm happy to answer any marketing questions you have. I actually have one. I'll start off with to kind of get the prime the pump, I think is the expression, get us rolling. So I am doing a webinar on April 23rd at 6:30 p.m. at night, a night webinar, which I don't know if I've ever done, maybe once. So I am looking for cool ways to promote a webinar. So of course I'll be doing the email campaign. I'll be doing the Facebook posts and inviting my group and all of that. But what, in your travels, if you've seen any, what cool ways have you seen people promote, and I'm going to take notes, promote their webinars? I also did a warm letter.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
I just took a course on kick-ass webinars and how to, and I took notes. I had 44 slides, and so I can send that to you if you like.
I would love that if you don't mind. Or stick in Dropbox.
I sent it to Mary Beth the other day, and I said, don't open this and freak out. And she's like, I freaked out anyway. Lots of notes.
What were your key takeaways, Deborah?
That you really have to be focused. You keep it very, the webinar is very focused, and that it's not supposed to teach, but it's supposed to sort of highlight the areas that you can help work with. And I think that that's the part that I struggle with, which is why I haven't done one yet, is I want to teach. I don't want to just say, you should, look at your copy and count the number of times you say I, right? You need to do a euectomy.
A euectomy. So meaning no U's?
No, the other way. It's meaning the you, I. Just to sound as fun. Eye-ectomy. That sounds like you take your eye out with that thing.
Yeah, that sounds good. A little dangerous there. So good.
Yeah. And most people, and you guys know this as marketing, they start with, what they want people to know instead of the pain point piece. Like it's not about us at all. It's about our ideal clients. So it was really a very structured way to make sure that you build the webinar in a way that makes it like you're either going to be the right person to work with me or you're not, but here's what I think is happening, and you invite them to a call, basically, is the bottom line.
Okay.
Long ass answer for a short question.
That was helpful. And I know, I'm sorry, Jill, this doesn't answer your question, but to Deborah's point, I heard a really good point yesterday at a networking meeting that I was at, that she has found that since she starts, and this is more like live meetings or live classes, but I think it's also applicable to webinars, that and I haven't done a webinar, so this is like,
that's all right.
Not talking from experience, but that if you start any talk with, maybe you guys know this, here's what I'm going to cover, and here's what I intend for you to get out of it, that takes all of the questions out of people's minds. Like, I wonder if she's going to talk about this, and I hope she's going to get to that. So she said that that's been very effective for her to get that out of the way ahead of time, and she's gotten really good response from that.
Very cool.
And if it's an open one, right, if it's a back and forth kind of a situation, then you say, here's what I intend to cover. Is there anything else you were expecting? And again, to get that idea out of their head.
Oh, I like that, what you do.
Yeah. And the other thing too was, as you're talking, Susan, is that you do what's called a trial close all throughout. and you ask questions that they can say yes to in the chat box. That's it.
So
if
you have
you're
an
with me and
example?
you understand, say yes. Just type a yes in the chat box. And so you're starting to get them in that yes framework,
Interesting.
which is just the psychological stuff, right? So,
Whole
and then
question
you
101.
describe, the other thing is you go from, you really describe what this person called the hell, like what are they struggling with, big time struggling with, like, and get them in that place of feeling like, yeah, that's me, that's me, that's me. And then you talk about what it could be like, especially for people who are in their own businesses, right? We envision, working for 3 hours a day, closing our laptops, and then going to the beach and
That's what I do.
flooding to us. And
How do they know?
how'd they know I was here? So kind of, juxtapositioning those two extremes, like you didn't sign up for this to get this. This is what you really wanted.
Yeah.
So
That whole give them what they want and then give them what they need.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
How about from a promotion standpoint? Were there any tips?
Everything was Facebook ad right to webinar, 100% Facebook ad to webinar. And you already have the Facebook ad piece. So
Yeah, and I will be doing Facebook ads and Facebook Lives. It's interesting, and you all might see this as well, but especially in my industry, we are a dime a dozen. I mean, as far as marketing coaches, there are a ton of people out there teaching marketing and business coaching, which is fine. I have no problem with that. But when you are in that noise and you're trying to bubble up over that noise, that's the challenge. And so besides, putting on a silly hat or doing something that's really not my personality, I mean, Emma talk,
They have actually apps you can have her talk. It's hilarious.
I probably should do that just for fun. Or Don Vito. That's my guinea pig, by the way, Susan.
Don Vito.
Oh,
Don Vito Piglione, aka the Pig Father. So if it seems like the formula works as far as the Facebook ads and everything. But if you ever see anything really cool, let's share it with each other.
I have an idea.
Yeah, Connie Joe, let me hear it.
What about coming up with a really different title? Is going to make people say, "What's that?"
What are you calling it, Jill?
So right now, this is not an interesting title. So, but what it's called is "Why You Aren't Attracting Clients," ... and how to fix it.
Yeah.
So, not extraordinarily sexy, but it's functional.
Yeah.
I actually even just had to download that instead of marketing coach, you're the star in their marketing plan, which aligns to Celestial.
Oh, that's nice.
Thank you.
I'm running a workshop in a couple of weeks, and the topic is exactly that, like how it's so noisy out there, right? Like how do you rise above the noise? But it's not for a webinar on a national level like I think you're probably looking at. It's really more local. Yeah. And how do you use your local strategic alliances, your networking groups to increase your reach? So for instance, what I'm doing to promote these workshops that I have coming up in May are writing personal notes to people, like cards, and asking them to, hop on and then share. I'm asking them on different people on LinkedIn. I've identified people live on different places, right? So on LinkedIn, I'm sending personal messages through LinkedIn, not just posting, because I think people take a little bit of extra attention to LinkedIn message. Same thing on Facebook Messenger. Some of them, I've put them in groups, kind of like, help a sister out. If you know somebody who's struggling, point them. So that kind of thing. So it's really who your strategic alliance is and how much can they amplify your message.
Good.
Yeah, you've done, Jill, you've used the Facebook message video thing.
Yeah, I should do that again.
I think that really works. I will say something about getting Facebook added to Facebook group messages. That is the one thing that turns me off.
Oh, yeah.
Because I get in these huge group things.
You can't get out of them.
And you have to be on your computer to get out of them. And every person that pings, and I have an Apple Watch, so every time someone pings, the damn thing goes off. And that is like, don't do that.
Yeah, I hear you.
Good point.
Yeah. But an individual message, though, I think is okay. You know,
Yes.
and I've done that. There's a little, in case you all don't know, you can shoot a very short video in Facebook Messenger. And so what I've done, I've invited people to programs. I shot an individual message. Hey, Nicole, it's Jill. I just want to let you know. Blah, blah. And I have actually converted on that.
Yeah.
So I'll think about, you know, who I can do that, because it doesn't work with everybody, but, you know, making a list
Right.
of people. And then I probably will do this, and Debbie, this, you know, I know we talked about this. I will make swipe copies so that people, because Debbie's one of my strategic partners, so that it's easy to share the content. Instead of saying, hey, can you do my webinar? Like, here's what to say if you want verbiage. I think that makes it easier too.
So give
that's a good
people, in addition to like an email that they could swipe, think about almost like a launch partner kind of thing, where they can have some Facebook things that they can share, and maybe even some tweets.
Yep. Yeah, I was going to kind of mimic what I did with my book.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was visualizing, because it works, right? You get people
That was
who
easy. I mean,
either they're interested or they're interested and they know people who they could share it with.
one message around. That's, I mean, it's better than I take.
So what day is that?
It's Monday, April 23rd at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. I think all of us in the Eastern time zone.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'll play with the title too. Thank you, Connie Jo, for that as well. Titling is not one of my strengths. So maybe I'll throw some ideas out there in Celestial Ones or something. So, okay, good, ladies. Thank you for that. I was asked the marketing coach, and then the marketing coach asked for a question. Isn't that?
Yeah, but we learned. We learned from
all learned from that. Right?
That was awesome.
Yeah.
What marketing projects are on your plate? What can we help mastermind, brainstorm with? What's going on?
I have something.
Go ahead.
Oh, Connie Jo.
I just finished reading The Referral of a Lifetime
Yes.
because of you. You're the one that got me there. So I finished it, and it's like, okay, now I got to do this. So my question is, did you do exactly what the book said? Did you modify that?
Yeah.
It was written a while ago, so it doesn't have a lot of the technology stuff that's available now. So I was just wondering how you did it.
I implement. So Susan, are you familiar with Referral of a Lifetime?
I've heard of it, but I just made a note to buy it.
It's a book. It's a short read. You'll probably really like it. It's written kind of like a parable. And it talks about garnering referrals kind of the old-fashioned way, because it's written before internet, I believe, or at least before that really took off. So I have done many rounds of the Referral of a Lifetime implementation. My first round, I followed it to the letter, Connie Jo, because I didn't know what else to do. And I really because in the book he says, write this kind of letter, then write this kind of letter, and then and I did that. I followed it to the letter, and it felt fine. I felt integritous because it was, out of my voice. I did get referrals. And then I started thinking about, okay, now I need to make this more Jill. So then I started making it on fun stationery and adding stickers, which is my personality, things that I like. And I really started adding a more personal feel to the letters, more about what I'm working on, what the kids are doing. I think, I'd make a little message about one of my sons or something like that, because I'm all about that connection. So on the second round and thereafter, I've reworked it a bit to make it really fit more into my personality. So, what you could do is you could, I actually have some letters. I'll put them up on in the Celestial Circle, Connie Jo. I'll put them up there, and you could see how they've changed over time to do it. Debbie, have you ever done warm letters?
Yeah, I do. In fact, I was just thinking, I used to get a lot of warm letters from you. I'm actually overdue. So Connie, what I ended up using was I started with just an Excel spreadsheet, and I literally put everyone I could think of, and then their address, and just and then I ABC'd them and then sorted that way.
Well, I did do that warm letter, quite a while ago. But mine was an email because I don't have addresses for people, and I don't know how to get them without
Asking?
Well, yeah. It just seems kind of creepy. What's your address? I don't know.
I always say, hey, I am mailing out a letter to people and I'd like to include you or something like that. I just always come clean. I'm like, I'm mailing a letter about my business and I was wondering if you'd like to receive a copy. If so, here's the thing. And then another tool I've used is, and I'll put it in the chat box, is Postable.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say. Yeah.
Postable.com. I'll put the URL in the chat box. What Postable has is an online address book. And so you can share the link to the address book with people. It's a private link and it's secure. So you can say, I was wondering if I could add you to my address book, and they fill out, and there's a whole bunch of fields. They can opt to fill in whatever they want. And then it enters into your address book, which you can then export into a CV. What's it? CVS file? Is that right?
Yeah, CSV file.
CSV. CVS is a drugstore. I'm like, that does sound right coming out of my mouth. So that's another option. Plus Postable has cards and stuff you can send. But that's what I did. I used our address book feature, and I collected a lot of people's addresses that way.
Right. Okay. That's what I do too. Everybody that I know goes in that address book, and then I export it and then import it into other things.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's a cool tool as well. It's kind of like send out cards, but a little different. The address book piece is pretty cool. So you can just ask people for their mailing addresses, and you can start with people that, if you want to start small, then start small.
Yeah, I could not come up with 250 people. I couldn't even come up with 100 people.
Really?
Really.
So just start with what you got.
Yeah, start with what you have and just add it. When you get business cards, add people then.
Yeah. Or as you meet people in your travels, you can collect more addresses, but it's not a contest. That's the thing. A lot of people are like, I'm like, it's not a contest. We're not competing with each other. Who's the most mail contacts?
No.
It depends on what you do, but so what you have, send out. Some people ask me if they can send the warm letters through email. And my advice is you can, if you're 100% sure that person's going to open that email and respond to it. So if you think about the people that you're in your life that are truly active on email, who are in your circle, who are in your friends, who are going to open up that email, like Connie Jo, if you send an email to Debbie, yes, she's going to open it and respond. No, she's not.
Yeah. I open hers first.
Right? She's your bookkeeper. You better.
I'm like, uh-oh.
I'm in trouble. But if you think about that, so if you have people that you absolutely know will open and respond to that email, Connie Jo, then go ahead and send through email. But if you're not even sure, then snail mail, because they will open it if it comes through snail mail.
I probably got maybe 20% of the people opened the email. I think I sent it to maybe 80 or 90 people.
Yeah.
Well, it's industry standards 23%. So that's not bad.
Yeah.
But did they respond? They
responded. Yeah.
That's the thing.
But it was like, oh, congratulations,
That's okay.
And that was it. But
so you might remember from the book, it's a series of letters.
Right.
So that's why it's a series of letters, because the first one that is often response is, oh, it's so great to hear from you.
Right.
And that's wonderful. Yeah. That means that they read the letter, they absorb some information. Now it's our job to keep lovingly stay in touch.
Well, and I'll tell you, Connie, I had someone that was on my list that was a friend of Cooper's mom, and we knew each other tangentially through some school projects, right? But she asked to be on my mailing list. Like, she asked. So I actually know it was my warm letter. So it was just, I had the address. So I sent it, and she called me out of the blue about a month ago, maybe 2 months ago now, and said, I've been carrying around in my purse that letter that you wrote last summer. It was so impactful to me, and I keep meaning to call you.
Oh.
So
wow.
That, you never know.
Yeah.
And I would have never thought, like, I'm just like, who do you know who? And she actually had someone that she was referring to me.
That's wonderful.
Wow.
So you just never know. Like, you just have to put them out there and say, all right, I've done my bit. Now the universe has to work its magic with the people that I know.
Yeah. And I love that story. I had one woman get my letter. This is somebody I used to work with in healthcare. And she folded it up and put it in a new envelope and mailed it off to her friend and said,
Oh,
"It could be
wow.
Jill."
Wow.
Put it in a new envelope and mailed it.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. And I did hear from, this was many, this is when I first started my practice, but I just love, people you just never know what kind of reaction or what kind of action they'll take.
Right.
But it's our job as marketers of our business to keep our name in front of people. And if that means sticking a stamp on a letter, I'm happy to do it. I also I'll put this other service in here. Click2mail.com is my fulfillment service. I used to be my own fulfillment service where I lick the envelope and, because I have so many addresses now, I use Click2, like the number 2 mail.com to fulfill my warm letters. So just sharing that if you don't want to, get, okay. I didn't really lick the envelope. I bought one of those moisteners, but you know what I mean.
I still at this point, I handwrite the envelopes, even though it takes longer. I'll sit down in front of TV because people tend to open things that are handwritten, especially in the beginning.
Yeah. Well, some of you probably, I know Debbie has, and I think Connie Jo has received personal mail from me where I don't do that, but my clients always get a holiday card or Valentine card, and I do handwrite the address and everything on there, and it does get opened. I get pictures. People send me pictures of my mail. It's so funny. I got your letter today, and they click it and send it back to me.
When you put Fox stickers on it, come on, seriously. I look forward to it.
There was a time when I don't mean maybe they still do, but the post office had pet stamps.
Yeah.
One of the pets. So I don't know if Susan knows. So I have, in addition to the Basset Hound, I have 2 guinea pigs. And so for a while, all of the letters I was receiving from my entrepreneurial friends had the guinea pig stamp and the little letter.
I was one of them, right?
Little Mary Beth. They said, I picked this out just for you. And I opened the letter, right? It was like, of course I'm going to open it and read it. With a guinea pig stamp. So anyway, but Connie Jo, I would just recommend you have a great personality. So please don't be yourself in these letters and just, have fun with it.
Okay.
Just get rid of the Eastman Kodak, corporate ease.
Yeah. That's so true.
No problem.
Unleash the Kraken.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Any other questions about that book, Connie Jo?
No, just it's out of date basically, but I know the core of it is still applicable. So I just wondered how else you use technology and social media to update. It'd be nice if there was an update to the book.
Yeah, right. Susan, do you teach any keep in touch methods through social media with your peeps?
I use email marketing and I use the database segmentation.
Yeah.
I'm digital. I'm all digital. I'm all digital and talk.
Yeah.
I use send out cards.
I like send out cards. Yeah. But I don't, you know what? I made a note because I hadn't used it in a while. And I've remembered that the few times that I used it, people really they were like, oh, wow, that was beautiful. Because they thought that I had actually handwritten it.
Yeah, I actually have my own handwriting. I just got a letter today from someone. Oh, thank you so much for the birthday card,
Yeah.
And by the way, I understand from my send out cards friends that they're changing the software. So now you don't have to buy points first.
Mm-hmm. It's a flat fee.
That was the thing that always stopped me, was gotta buy points, and then you redeem the point. It was like, it felt like an extra step. So anyway, it sounds like they've got some new features on the send out cards platform.
They do, yeah.
Poking around in there. And they also great for sending out gifts. I've sent many people who refer business to me. The referrer, I would send gifts from send out cards, and they were always well received.
Right.
Yeah. I've done that. Yeah, the gift cards, that kind of thing, or whatever.
Yeah. Connie Jo, do you know someone who sells send out cards? Do you have a contact?
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes, I do.
Perfect. Because if not, I know 7. So.
I bet you do.
Yeah.
Well, I met one through Debbie, and then since I've met others, it's like, oh, this is a thing.
It is a thing.
And Debbie does it.
Yeah.
You or Debbie Tuttle?
Me,
Oh,
Debbie.
you do it. Oh, I didn't know you did it.
Mhm. I mean, I use it, and that makes me a distributor, I guess. But
Oh,
yeah,
I didn't know that.
yeah, oh yeah, I use it a lot. Actually, every month I send out birthday cards to everyone on my list, and because I don't know, it's just something special about recognizing someone's birthday. And then I do Thanksgiving cards to everyone, and then usually New Year's, and then obviously referral cards.
Yeah, very cool. So that's another tool. I have done, Connie Jo, I have used Facebook Messenger. I mentioned the video piece, but you can also, you can send a nice little message over a picture. You can use Facebook Messenger for that. Text messaging is another way. And like Susan was talking about LinkedIn Messenger and using the messaging feature in LinkedIn. So if you use some of those native messaging native messaging formats. But I was just thinking too, are you using LinkedIn for your business, Connie Jo? Because that would
Not yet. That's on my to-do list.
Oh, that would be a good place for you. Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
For a
yes.
bookkeeper.
Yeah.
I think you might have
yeah.
an opportunity there. Yeah. What other questions? What else can we brainstorm together? Don't be shy.
Well, I'm actually, let me let Susan go, because I know she's got to leave in 10 minutes.
I didn't really have a question, but I think since I'm on the line with all of you professionals, what have you come up with for contracts? I know Jill and I talked about this the first time we talked. I did sign up for Legal Shield, so I thought I would say to them, this is what I need, and they would come up with it, but they said, no, you come up with it and you review it. We'll review it for you and we can, whatever. So what do you do for contracts? You just take one offline, or have you created your own? Do you make it different for every person? How do you work that?
I have what's called an independent contractor contract that I'm happy to share with you.
Oh my gosh.
I do modify it for everyone. The only thing that I modify is the name and the date. Mm-hmm. But it's basically saying that I'm an independent contractor, and there's some language in there. And then I use it. I actually have all my contract and my project management stuff in a program called 17 Hats.
Oh yeah.
So it's there, and then I just fill it in, and then it keeps track of it. I send my quotes out with it. And as Connie Jo knows, I also invoice with it, but I think I'm going to get away from that part of it to make it cleaner. Just
you invoice with 17 Hats?
Mm-hmm. You can, yeah.
What do you think you're going to switch to?
I'm going to just go to QuickBooks so that I can have it just go direct rather than multiple steps. Because people accept the quote, and then I just attach the invoice, which is what makes it nice. It's a whole package. They read the they read the quote, they accept the quote then brings up the contract, they accept and execute the contract, they get the bill. It's all done.
And that's through 17 Hats?
17 Hats, yeah.
What else do you use 17 Hats? How else do you use it?
Well, the whole name is that, as a business owner, you wear 17 different hats, right?
Yeah, I did a trial for whatever it was, a week or whatever. And
I love it. I get a lot of compliments on the professionalism because it tracks the emails related to all the projects. It's a CRM, so I can have project leads. I can have all kinds of stuff. There's workflows. So there's templates. So every time I create something, I just create a template. Not every time, but the first time. And then the work it's just there. Like it's templated emails, templated whatever.
Wow, this is clearly why I came here today. Wow, thank you so much.
If you want, I'll send you a link, Susan. We're supposed to put our name in email.
If you could, I forgot to remind the attendants, if you could do your name and email in the chat box, and then.
I'd love, if you don't mind sharing your independent contractor contract,
sure.
I'm kind of collecting those like it's my job.
Sure.
Susan, I think I told you I had an attorney draft mine. So.
Yes, right, and that's when I ended up talking to somebody at Legal Shield, but I'm glad I joined. Like originally, that's why I joined. Was like, oh, I just want some help with my contracts, and they're like, oh yeah, they do all that, but the woman who referred me wasn't clear on that. She was kind of new, but I kept it anyway. It's 17. Do you guys use Legal Shield or Legal?
In the past,
I did in the past, but I just, because my bookkeeper pointed out that I really didn't need to invest every month for something I wasn't using. She was right.
And then,
But you do have an attorney.
I do have an attorney.
So
right. See, I don't have an attorney. And I was like, all right, well, what am I going to use? So I'll get my wills. But I ended up, talked with them yesterday, like this woman's owed me money for a really long time. And it's just so awkward. Like it was right. So I'm like, oh, I guess I need to ask an attorney. Like she first was going to pay whatever. And then it was down to $500 a month. Then it was $300 a month. Now she skipped 2 months. She's sick. I feel really bad. She knows me. She knows me enough to know that I care.
Yeah.
But it's like, all right, it's 1.5 years now.
Ooh, yeah.
I have someone who hasn't paid me for 3 years, and we're talking $10,000.
Yeah, this woman was $8,000, and then she's nicked it down to now it's $4,500. And I'd like building a house. I'd like to put that into my kitchen instead of her interest. And I haven't charged her interest. Do you charge interest, Deborah?
I don't.
Same.
I just send the bill every month. At
Yeah.
this point, I know I'm never going to see it, but
Do you send a paper bill or an email?
so I don't have the energy.
Yeah. So do you send a paper bill or an email bill?
Email.
Yeah, same.
And I've done paper. Don't get me wrong. I've done paper.
Yeah, she's well aware that she owes me. She's just got the pity card out there. Well, oh well. Ladies, I have to run to the doctor, but thank you so much.
Yeah.
It was great to see you all. Thank you, Jill, for inviting me to this.
You're welcome. I hope it was helpful for you.
It was super helpful. Thanks.
Yeah.
Bye, guys.
All right, we'll see you later.
Bye, ladies.
Bye. So I'll be sending the chat box out so you can get Susan's address and everything. And
Yeah, I wrote it down.
so yeah. So Debbie, when it's on your plate, anything we can help?
Oh, well, I'm trying. The reason I took that class was the webinar. I really needed to learn, and I've been dragging my feet because I've got this really awesome coaching program, and I had one applicant to my not doing it correctly, and she's not an ideal client. So I have to, and we talked about this a little bit, and I've got my notes over here. What do I need to do, to get my webinar? That I'm on a mission, a crusade, and so I have to come up with my own webinar. That's sort of big on my list. So
You just have to do it.
just got to do it, and I've been dragging my feet.
Yeah. Is there some resistance to webinars? Is there something there? It's just because you don't know how to do it?
No, I'm not sure whether there's a resistance to something. Well, and so I think it's just not carving out time, right? Because I was just, I all that work that I did in the beginning, I'm like crazy busy and with deadlines, right? These all have deadlines. So I'm like, well, when I get this done, and then something else comes in. So I'm just more focused on client work. So it's mindset stuff.
Yeah. Well, client work is also important, though.
Right. Yeah.
It's not like you're eating bonbons and watching Netflix all day.
I wish.
Because that's what people think we do.
I know. I did go and sit in the sun yesterday for 10 minutes.
I'm glad you had sun.
I know. It's going to be 85 degrees to here today.
Good.
We went from Monday was 40, yesterday was 70, today's 80 freaking 5.
I don't even know what's going to be that warm in Florida today.
I know. It's going to be 85 tomorrow. We have an all day outside college accepted students day tomorrow.
Oh, cool.
85. I'm like, really?
Rainwater.
Yeah.
Water. Yeah. I get to do taxes tomorrow. So my mother's, not mine. My mother's taxes. Maybe I'll do it tonight so I have a weekend not to do it.
Yeah, you should do that. Get it done.
Those are easy. There's just income. Income and old people. That's it. Super easy. So, well, if you need help with that webinar or when you get it done, what you might want to do, Debbie, is maybe just have a beta group to run it in front of. Just ask. I'll be happy to do it. Just have a couple friends. Just be your.
Yeah, maybe I'll ask our 100 days group.
Yeah, and just see if we can, give you some
help me.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a great suggestion. Thank you for that. I appreciate it.
We can be your little guinea pigs.
Little Don Vito. So I don't think Connie Joe knows this, but Don Vito was our unknowing honorary guest on the Camino journey a year ago, actually. Someone was talking about something, and I'm like, oh, Don Vito Piglioni. And I told the whole story about him. And he was at every meal. He's like, oh, I wonder if Don Vito will send me flowers. And we had like a whole little love affair with Don Vito. And it was hilarious.
I used to use them. I don't do as much. I probably should. Maybe I should go back to all the things I used to do that I enjoyed. I used to use Don in my marketing, Connie Jo. So I'd take his picture, and then I would use all these Godfather quotes, like make an offer you can't refuse, like instead of a head of lettuce, like the head of horse head, I would say head of lettuce. And I would have all
these. Definitely do that. Try it.
And then, and so I actually would use all the pigs, but Don's got the name. My husband named him, and he's really good.
Best.
And I'd use Emma too about begging and hound dog and all that. So, but I would attract people. One time I had this one girl, and then she disappeared, but she had guinea pigs, and so she would follow me just because she was a fellow guinea pig owner. You just don't know who you're going to attract with your marketing sometimes. So it was fun.
Well, it's interesting because with Clients on Demand, I don't know if you see Russ's advertisement, sponsored ads, but he keeps changing the picture, and that his point is the picture doesn't matter. Like one time it's just this field of green, and one time I think that
he had a dog, I believe.
He had a dog, he had a cat, he had a used champagne cork. So he just changes it up, and it's it catches your attention because it's out of the ordinary, right?
It's more about the unusual picture than
right. So I would, for me, what I know of you and how I would be attracted to Don Vito Piglioni, I mean, I would totally do that. How about you, Connie? What do you think about that?
I'm in favor of anything that adds humor to anything. So, you're just adding another layer of connection if you can make somebody laugh.
Yeah.
So that's one of my goals, is to introduce more humor into anything that I'm doing. So,
especially in your business, Connie Jo, because it seems so serious, and it's more.
Well, there was this group that I'm in, this Facebook group of bookkeepers. There's this one woman, and she's very successful, and she did this video where she was supposed to be a client, and she used some kind of filter, so her head was all shaped weird, and she had glasses on, and she had this really high squeaky voice, and it was just hilarious. But it was her, it was just her, and it worked.
It was her personality.
So yeah, I want to. That's a goal to make.
I think
introduce humor and make things more fun.
Yeah, more fun. Your Facebook posts are fun on your page. I do see those. They're often, you just have some fun pictures and things like that. Not really related, which I love, which is why I love them, I think, because they're not exactly related to bookkeeping. Right? Movies and things like that. So I would keep that up. It's just an exposure to get more people to like your page. I wonder if Connie Jo would benefit from Linda Joy's open group, Debbie, for exposure.
Oh, Attract, Nurture, Serve.
Attract, Nurture, Serve. I don't even think
so it's so here's what I'll just kind of preface it saying, Connie, is that it's kind of woo-woo, but the women in there are all coaches. Actually, that's a great suggestion, Jill. They're all coaches. Some of them are further woo-woo than others. But yeah, you might, and it's a free group. You could just join.
The reason why I suggest it is every Monday, Linda's the
right
administrator. She has a Facebook thing where you can put your Facebook link, and so you interact with everybody's Facebook pages. On Wednesday, it's blog share, so you can share a blog post, and then you have to go in and work the other blog posts too, but it increases your exposure. And then on Friday, it's free for all. You can promote whatever you want. But for your Facebook page, I wonder if that would help, because I know you didn't have a lot of fans yet, which is fine, but that you might help attract more people and at least get the engagement up on your Facebook page. It's up to you, but just
it's actually a great suggestion.
Okay. I mean, some of them are a little out there.
Coaches.
They're all coaches.
Yeah, all coaches. I mean, we're talking like psychics and mediums, and but health coaches and life coaches and
life coaches, career coaches,
business coaches.
Yeah.
How many people are in it? You know?
It's not like Boss Moms. I'll tell you. Hang on, I'll look it up.
Yeah, it's not. I didn't like Boss.
Boss Moms is overwhelming.
Well, that's
There's a
one thing
core
I've
group.
learned.
There's a
I've
core
learned is
group.
big groups aren't good.
Yeah, there's a lot of people in the group, but there's actually only a core group of maybe 30 people that engage in it.
1322.
Okay.
Would you like me to add you?
Yes, please.
I'll do it right this very second. You are my first person that came up on my list.
Well,
Hey.
there you go. That's the sign.
Approval pending. We have an in with Linda Joy if she gives you a hard time. I don't think she will, but today's Friday free for all. Yeah.
I've actually seen things from her, probably through you.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
Debbie-
I'm one of her editors.
And I'm one of her coaches.
Popped up on my feed.
Yeah, I've been posting because we have her Inspired Living giveaway is going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I'm one of her coaches that coach her authors. So, but I like her and I like that crowd, and I have gotten clients from that too. But I'm not familiar with anybody in there, Connie Jo, that does bookkeeping. So there might be an opportunity for you to.
Yeah.
It's not going to be an overnight thing, but even if you just do the Facebook, that could help.
Well, just show your personality. I mean, your suggestion, I think, Jill, she's doing the Ignite You videos, and your videos are hilarious.
Well, they are now, but I at first I was so stiff and serious, and then I don't know what, it just clicked like
Good.
I'm not being myself, and yeah.
But that's what you have to go through. We all went through that, right? I mean,
Is that the one that the Facebook challenge, Facebook Live, Ignite You? Yeah.
it's not Facebook. I think it's just video.
Oh, video.
It's up on YouTube.
I think, okay, because I have another client, Anita. I think she's doing something similar too. Good for you. That's awesome. Keep it up.
It's almost done. It's gone by so fast.
You did quickly. Yeah.
Yeah.
We did.
You did all your catch up.
I have another question. I'm in groups, and people from groups have started wanting to friend me on Facebook.
Okay.
And I don't know these people other than they're in that group. And I don't like the idea of friending them, but
So don't friend them. So maybe just respond with a link to your business page.
Yeah.
And say,
okay.
I'd love for you to follow me here. This is where this is where I do business, whatever.
Yeah, because it's my personal that they're friending, not
Right.
my business.
That's the beauty of groups, is that you don't have to be friends with people to connect with them, like unlike other things.
A lot of people add to their friends list like they do LinkedIn. It's similar. Some people choose a strategy like that where they're just collecting friends, and it's a different definition of friend. Just meaning,
Right. It's acquaintance. Yeah. I would say 99% of the people that are on my personal friends list, I know, or I know through someone else, and a lot of people in common. But other than that, I don't.
Well, yeah, mine's the same way. And I don't know. It just doesn't feel right.
on your
I wish people would say, I want to be your friend because.
Yeah, I wish
instead
there was
of
a thing like, oh, I saw your da-da-da, and we have this in
Yeah.
common. Like that would be nice, a feature to
So
add.
if somebody sends you a friend request, how do you respond with, here's my business page?
I do a message, a Facebook message, and just say, hey, I got your friend request. That's really awesome. I'd love for you let's connect through my business page. And
Okay.
then I just put the link.
So you message them.
Mhm.
And then you click
Decline.
ignore your request.
Well, I wait. I don't necessarily do it at the exact same time because they don't really see it, right? They don't get the decline.
yeah.
The other strategy is if you're really uncomfortable, you can say yes and then immediately unfriend them. They don't get that notification either.
Yeah. Okay.
On your personal profile, Connie Jo, do you have your employer? Do you have I work for Enigma?
Yes.
And is it linked to your Facebook page? Double check.
I'm not positive. I definitely have my business as where I work. Yeah.
Just
I'll have
double
to-
check.
Yes, it says owner at Enigma Bookkeeping Solutions. So they
Some
can
people
click
go
on
there
that.
okay.
and then they think it's because a lot of like me, I brand first and last name, so they think they're on my business page, but they're actually on my personal. And
Yeah, because they're the same name. Because I have to actually go to your personal page to find your business page. Because we're friends in real life.
Yeah, IRL. Yeah, so that's another way around it too, is just to say, you can point to the bio box and put that there.
Right.
Yeah, that's cool.
I have another comment.
Yes, please do.
You look really good in that color.
Thank you.
I really like it, the color, and it looks really good on you.
Thank you. I have to tell you a quick story about pink. So I used to not wear pink because I used to have a lot of acne. And so pink would bring out the redness in my face and I would stop wearing it. And then when I lost the weight, I also, because I was making better food choices, drinking a lot of water, my skin cleared up. Like all the things they used to tell me to do, I actually did, and it worked. So I bought a flamingo shirt, which is a similar color. And I'm like, I'll wear this. And then I got so many compliments. So now I'm trying to buy more of this shade of pink, this particular shade. So thank you for saying. This is a Target sweater. I get to fit in a Target sweater because that's the idea, is not to be able to fit in a Target sweater. So thank you for saying that, Khadija. Appreciate it. I know that sweater will be off by like noon because it will be warm, but that's okay.
Yeah.
I'm actually in short sleeves
I
already.
know. Look at you. Yes. Look at you go. You look awesome.
Thank you.
So next week I won't be here. This time next week I'll be in Epcot running the 5K, Star Wars 5K or walking.
Yeah. That sounds fun.
It'll be fun.
Are you going to do the Princess Leia ears? Is what I want to
know. I'm not a big costume person. I do have a Star Wars shirt that I'll wear, a C-3PO shirt, but I'm not but I can't wait to see how other people are going to dress because I've heard outrageous stories of how the costumes are. I'm just really looking forward to the experience because I understand it's like there's stormtroopers and Yoda and Darth Vader like all on the route, and I'm doing it with Richard, who we've never done that before as a couple, so that'll be kind of fun. And it's also right before my birthday's Thursday and the race is Friday.
Right.
It'll be a good way to kick off a new Earth year, I suppose. So, but Debbie is going to be our hostess with the mostest next week. So make sure you come. So at least somebody's here.
Please come, Connie.
But next week's guest is Megan, and she is a medium. So this is a lot of fun. I'm sorry to miss it.
Well, we'll record it.
Yeah, we'll record it, and I'll email you Monday with all the credentials and everything. But if you guys can, please pass the message on that this group's here, and we'll get more people coming. But I'm sorry to miss Megan, but I'm sure it'll be a lot of fun. And I think Laura's going to come because she's never had a medium, met a medium before.
That's so cool.
Yeah. So anyway, so make sure you come next week, and I'll miss you guys, but I'll be thinking of you.
Okay.
May the force be with you. Live long and prosper.
That's the other one, I know.
Right. Star Wars.
How far do you live from Disney World?
About 90 minutes.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, when my kids were younger, we were annual pass holders and we'd go all the time, but now they don't care. So I haven't been to a Disney park, since like 2011. So it'd be nice to go. You don't get to go on any rides or anything. You just get to run through it, but it'll be nice. It'll be cool.
You just be in the Disney magic.
Exactly. Photos, right?
It's some good magic.
It is. And this is one of the reasons I started to walk a year ago because I signed up for this 5K a year ago. You have to sign up like a year in advance. My friends used to always do the Disney princess runs and things like that. I'm like, it sounds like such a cool experience. And so I signed up for the 5K. At the time, I didn't even think I could finish a 5K. That was a year ago. And that tells you, I now do 10Ks, but you had to even sign up for your shirt size. And so my shirt's gonna be an extra large. I wear a medium now. So it's a really big shirt. But it'll be a good reminder of my progress in the past year.
Oh my gosh, it's incredible. It's incredible.
And that's why I signed Richard up, because I figured, well, if I chicken out, he'll make me go. And now I'm the one dragging him. And it's funny, it's not changed. But
wow.
That's such a great story.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Very inspirational.
Thank you. So, all right, ladies. Well, it was lovely seeing you both. Thank you for coming. I really appreciate it.
And thank you for all the good information.
Yeah.
Really appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome. Absolutely. So I'll see you guys on Facebook.
Toodles.
Bye.
Bye.